Hello friends, welcome back to Akida. Let us continue with the problematic part of the shear strength. Now let us read the question. It is like an objective question, like a theoretical question. If footing is resting on a fully saturated clay strata, so there is a saturated clay strata and there is a footing, it has to be constructed. For checking the initial stability means the footing is not at all constructed. So shear parameters are used to test from the following, right? So what happens in the initial stage? In the initial stage, what is happening? The developed forward pressures in soil will be due to the application of external load does not get enough time to dissipate. That means after immediately construction of the footing, so there will not be much. That means we are considering initial stability. If you think about it, just immediately after the construction of the footing, the pore water pressure will not dissipate. What will happen? It will take some time for the consolidation. So, in the initial stability, even you are constructing the footing, as the pore water pressures will not dissipate. For checking the stability, we have to use the total shear strength parameters. Why? Because as the water will not go out of the soil immediately, it will take so much of time to get consolidation. Why, isn't it? So that's why we have to use the total shear strength parameters. So for that, which one we have to do? We have to do the unconsolidated undrained test. So what is the option here? C is the correct option. If it is a final stages, then we have to use of effective test parameters. That means consolidated drained test. Okay. Now move on to the next question. So let us read it here. In a Mohr circle diagram, a point above Mohr circle involves. Suppose how the Mohr circle envelope reflects this, right? So imagine if there is any point comes below this line, that means we will construct that our soil is safe. If any point is touching on the point, then we will say that it is on the verge of failure. Now, what about if any point above the point, above this line, we will say that the failure will occur. Is it value really possible in the reality? No. By the time the stress crosses this line, then the failure would have happened. So that's why, what about this envelope? That envelope, we will call this as a imaginary condition. Okay, always remember this condition. Okay, so this safe condition when below the point, imminent failure condition exactly on that point. Now move on to the next question. So let us first read this. A consolidated drain test. So here we are conducting the consolidated drained test on a normally consolidated clay. So here we are talking about the drained test for which clay? For normally consolidated clay. So if you remember, for drain test normally consolidated clay, the effective cohesion will be equal to 0. Okay. If we don't get this point, then we may end up in the wrong value. Okay. The deviatoric stress at failure under a cell pressure of 200 kilopascal was measured to be 150 kilopascal. So first they found the deviatoric stress at a failure. So the deviatoric stress at failure under a cell pressure of 200 kilopascal was measured to be 150 kilopascal. That means what they have given. So the deviatoric stress is given as how much? 150 kilopascal. Now it is subjected to a cell pressure of how much? 200 kilopascal. Now we are talking about the drained test. As we are talking about the drained test, that means we are talking about the effective parameters. And what about the cell pressure they have given? Cell pressure is nothing but a minor principal stress. So this I can express it as a 150 kilopascal. So deviating stress, how can I express it? This I can represent as effective stress, major stress minus minus, that will be equal to 150. So if I solve, so whatever this value is given, the deviated stress at failure under a cell pressure of, so cell pressure is given as how much? 200. That implies what will be my major principal stress? 150 plus sigma 3 dash. So we can express this as 350 kilopascal, right? Now if I write down the equation again, sigma 1 dash, that will be equal to the sigma 3 dash into tan square of 45 plus 5 dash by 2, plus again I have to write it on 2c dash plus again, but whatever the c dash value, 0. That's why I'm not writing directly, I'm keeping this as 0. So if I solve this again, how much will get it? Sigma 1 dash, I know how much, 350, that will be equal to 200 into tan square of 45 plus 5 dash by 2. Then if we solve this, we'll get our 5 dash value. It comes as around 15.8 degrees. Now if you understand in this question, the main thing we have to understand that if it is a drain test and normally consolidated clay, you have to think that your effective cohesion will be equal to 0. If this point did not strike your mind, then you will think that again this 2c dash tan 45 plus 5 by 2 will also come into the picture, and you will just think of if you don't know the c dash value, you cannot solve this problem. So in that way, you might get stuck in this problem. Understand? So that's why these conditions are very important. Move on to the next. Read the question. The effective shears, the effective strength parameters for a fully saturated clay. So for that, there is a saturated clay. For that, whatever the effective parameters, c dash is given as 15, 5 dash is given as 20. So let me write it. Effective cohesion is given as 50 kilonewton per meter square, and effective angle of friction is given as 29 degrees. Okay. In an unconsolidated undrained test, now unconsolidated undrained triaxial test on a specimen of the same clay, that means as it is a same clay, we can use these two parameters. Same clay, the all-round pressure was 100 kilonewton per meter square. So if it is all-round pressure, then we are talking about the sigma 3. It is given as how much? 100 kilonewton per meter square. And the principal stress difference at failure, 170 kilopascal. What is the principal stress difference? Obviously, major will be larger than minor. So the difference I will write it down as sigma 1 minus sigma 3. That will be given as 170 kilopascal. Assuming the above parameters are appropriate to the failure stress state of a test, what would be the expected pore water pressure? So here we know about the total stress values, but they need, or we have to find out what will be the pore water pressure. That means we have to write down the equation in terms of effective stress parameters. That is sigma 1 dash, that will be equal to the sigma 3 dash tan square of, how can I write it down? 45 plus 5 dash by 2 plus 2c dash of tan of 45 plus 5 dash by 2. So here, now see this equation, we should know sigma 1 dash and we should know sigma 3 dash. So what about sigma 1 dash? That is nothing but a effective major stress. That is what nothing but a total major stress minus pore water pressure. So I can say sigma 1 dash, I can express it as sigma 1 minus u. So what about sigma 1? See these two relations. From this, what I can write it down, sigma 1. That is nothing but a 170 plus sigma 3. Sigma 3 is nothing but a 100. So we can say it as a 270 kilopascal. So what will be the effective major principal stress? That is what nothing but a 270 minus pore water pressure. Similarly, What will be your effective minor principal stress? Directly 100 is given, 100 minus u. That's it. Substitute in the equation, find out the unknown u. Now substitute in the equation, how much will get it? Sigma 1 dash, that is 270 minus u. That will be equal to sigma 3 dash, that is 100 minus u into tan square of 45 plus effective angle of friction is given as how much in the given question? 29 degrees is given. So 29 by 2 plus 2 times whatever the effective cohesion is given as 15 times tan of again 45 plus effective angle of friction 29 by 2. Then solve this equation. If you solve this equation, you will get the pore water pressure. That is nothing but a 36.7 kilopascal. Just solve this calculation, but only the one equation is there, u. So if you solve this, you will get the unknown value, right? Now move on to the next. Okay, this is what about the. In the next video, we'll continue some more problems. Thank you.